What you say, my G?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Oh yeah, now.
She's doing makeup.
What up, my G?
Obi Moshe Deb. So good to be here. Ungrateful Christy as always.
It feels good seeing Falz the bad guy in such a relaxed and fun mood.
What you say, my G?
Falz was outside with his guys, Layi, Tobi, Bakre, amongst so many others, including Mike, a follower. I love that he is still receiving a lot of love regardless of what very dirty man's reptiles are dropping in his comment section. I mean, sometimes I think about it. If Nigerians can turn on Falz and his father, Femi Falana, all because of one dirty man with no identity, someone who chases clout in the name of activism. Oh my God. My problem with Nigerians is the fact that the love is savior. They are always looking for someone to rescue them, and once they meet that person, even when it is obvious that that person is being sponsored by certain people, they throw common sense to the wind and keep praising that person until that person goes down the rabbit hole. I recall that was how Nnamdi Kanu started. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu is the heroes of the Igbos. But look at what he has turned the southeast into. The southeastern part of Nigeria used to be the calmest side, no security issues, no issues of like. But look at now, a friend was telling me about how she was traveling from Anambra to I think Calabar, and she passed through Olu. Their cars were stopped by these IPOP guys asking why they were moving and all of that. You can imagine all these things when it started. I remember then they sit at home on one day. Yes, we'll sit at home. But look at what it has led us to. Last year, a couple of, or rather this year, do you know that some students in the East did not write certain exams, WAEC exams, because such exams fell on the day when they were asked to sit at home? Do you know how that sounds? Let me tell you, never encourage non-state actors. It is the wrong thing to do, because trust me, by the time they gather a cult-like following, you'll be amazed that even maybe you who started following them with a very plain heart will not even have control. Like I know a lot of people who were fans of Nnamdi Kanu, now they are now complaining, hey, South is not spoiled. No, it has not spoiled. You guys started it praising Nnamdi when I was screaming, this man is being a non-entity. Because one thing I do is, what are your intentions? Even if we decide, the Igbos decide to go their separate ways, why will Nnamdi Kanu be the president of Igbo nation? Of all the people, Nnamdi Kanu. Meanwhile, this was the man just making money for himself. People contribute money, Biafra this. It is not happening anytime soon. The earlier we realize it, the better for all of us. That's the truth. I have always known Nigerians to be super ungrateful, but I think this time around they went a bit above my expectations. Like I never would have imagined that a time will come when people will be criticized. Like look at Fal's comment section last week. Oh, drop the case against very dark man or this. I was like, what is going on here? Even some people you think have sense are also clapping. Oh, very dark man is a good man. He is no hero. That man, the earlier you realize that he is in bed with a lot of top politicians. I also love the fact that Sheun Kuti, who initially came out to support Very Dark Man, talking about how Dark Man had told him about the voice notes before, and he gave him the go ahead to share it. I really do hope that I love that Sheun eventually apologized to Femi Falana, saying he would never fight him. Because I mean, Barrister Femi Falana has been one who has been fighting like every single time Femi got locked up. He is Falana's father is a human rights lawyer. We all know that human rights lawyers are different from your regular lawyers. If you get a human rights lawyer to fight your case, if it has to do with a human rights issue, there are chances that you will win the case than when you just call, let's say, a lawyer who is used to dealing with a lot civil cases, corporate cases, and all of that. So Femi Falana is number one when it comes to human rights. So seeing this guy go against him, I was like, all because of this man who has not had a proper bath. So for those of you who love to support non-state actors, all I have to say is congratulations, keep it going, eh? One thing I know is that it will definitely come back to bite you, but then I hope it is not so late. Like I said, Nigerians are ungrateful. That's why to come and fight for Nigerians, that's why I hardly even discuss politics. I don't care anymore because I don't think Nigerians deserve it. Look at Falz, who was in the front line during the election, during NSAS, and Bia was very dark man at the time. But look at Falz being bashed by a crop of ingrates. Talking about ingrates, here is another example. This guy known as Daniel Alabi shared his experience with a friend on Twitter. Let's start from the beginning. Someone tweeted, so Nigeria is not part of the eligible countries who can apply for the US visa lottery. And someone replied, I think they have removed Nigeria from the list. It's funny because that's how I came to America. Playing the lottery brought me here. Grace. And this Daniel Alabi replied, since 2005 or 2006 or so, that was when Visa Lottery stopped. That was the last lottery I can't forget in my life. I remember using my slot I booked for a friend living with me then. He was jobless. That slot won. He has been in the US since 2007 till date. He never looked back. Used the first 4 years to play me. And Temi of ATL, who relocated via Visa Lottery, was like, so sorry. And the guy replied, all his details come to my PO box. Paid for him, fed him. I was working 9 to 5 then as IT officer at Hydro, blah blah blah, Ababa Oshodi Express. Only assignment I gave this bro is to work on getting me across. I told him Nigeria won't get better. It pains. And Temi of ATL replied, so mean. Do you still hear from him? And here is his reply. He said he cuts off all means of communication. I saw her wife, I think his wife is what the person was meant to say, handle on Facebook last year. I confronted her, but she gave me another story about him. I don't know, it's so wicked. Like, see the screenshots. So let's read the screenshots. This is a message from the friend he helped, his wife. It says, good morning, sir. Emma Binu. It is well. I tried my best making him fulfill all that and a lot more, but he will not. He is a reciprocate of that. To cut the long story short, sir, your family was an abuser, highly temperamental. He popo me without any reason, and his dad supported him, so I ran for my dear life. I would have called cop on him, but I did not because I had it in my mind that he did me a favor bringing me to the United States. So I chose not to. In other hand, I ran for my life because he could have buyed me. I had 2 surgeries as a result of that, but I lied to my doctor that it was something else. He did not even look for me, but threatened to come back. So after 2 weeks, he filed for divorce. We are legally divorced. I don't know his whereabouts. I am so sorry about this. So you can imagine how much of a human being this man is. But what I don't know is, didn't this Daniel Alabi notice this part of this guy when they were living together? Because I know a lot of times ungrateful people tend to show it one way or the other. Like, I just believe it's not something people can hide. When you meet someone that is an ingrate, you can tell, even with one or two, let alone someone you are living with, did he pretend so well? Because someone who has this level of vile in him or bile in him would hardly pretend. So this goes to show that, like I said, the average Nigerian can be an ingrate. That's why I always tell people don't overstretch yourself for people, because when you overstretch yourself for people, in the end you'll be so disappointed and broken. But when you just do things at your own pace, not overdoing and all of that, my dear, that is life for you. Because even someone was asking this guy, what happened to your family? You should have given the slot to your parents or somebody. But from the discussion, I think the guy is his relation, because he saw his wife saying your family. So that is it. People can be ungrateful, but then where is karma?